I think that if Texas continues to buck the courts, they're going to need to be treated differently, and their guard will need to be nationalized. I don't know about the rest of the National Guards around this country, and I'm hoping that the governors ignore former President Trump's statement that he made from a courtroom where he is being charged with defamation. I hope they ignore that, and they just go about their business and do what's right for their state. And stay out of this.
I would just say there is a precedent for federalizing troops. We did it so that we could get children into segregated schools. We've done it before to make sure that to quell unrest. There is a precedent for this.
There is a precedent, so we can go ahead and do it. These people don't understand the repercussions and the ripple effects that this can cause. This is something that it can spark the 2.0, and the more that I see this type of folks just spewing nonsense, the more that I get 100% sure that a potential fallout is coming our way. People outside our country are looking at this. Our enemies, if you will. We are looking weak. Now, I want everyone to understand something. Can the president nationalize the National Guard? Yes. And this authority actually does come from the Insurrection Act of 1807. But you have to understand something. It needs to be very specific. An insurrection, an invasion, domestic violence, and enforcement of federal laws. Now, this is where they may come and say, well, we have to enforce federal law. And here's my thing. Have you been enforcing federal law at the border? Because this is all happening because the federal government refuses to enforce the law on the books. So the state have to come in and enforce the law. Why? Because there is an invasion happening. You see what I'm saying? So this is happening because the federal government has chosen not to do their job. As I said in my previous videos, they're not there to help you or the state. They're there to screw us. Now, we need to start seeing this from a different perspective. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? And that's what I want to start getting into, the nitty-gritty. This can have potential for political issues. This is a year of critical political issues. You're going to be casting that thing this year. So the public perception is 50-50 right now. 50-50. You're talking about the second biggest state in the union. But there's a saying, don't mess with Texas. And I do believe that, I take that to heart. You don't mess with Texas at all. Period. That's it. Are the federal government responding to an emergency? Well, it depends how you want to look at it. If you want to maintain control, as a tyrant, sure, it's an emergency. If you want to assert dominance over the state, well, it's an emergency for the federal government. The Texas people have been having an emergency for God knows how long now, with all those illegal immigrants just pouring into their borders. Overall, I got to tell you, and I'm going to leave this video short. I'm not feeling well, but I got to tell you, that this can have very serious ripple effects. 25 governors already say, hey, we're going to stand together with Texas. That is half of the country. Half of the country are saying, back off. I don't know if all of them are going to send now people to help Texas. If the president decides to move forward and says, hey, I'm federalizing the National Guard, or nationalizing the federal guard, however you want to say, those folks are going to have a decision to make. Do we follow our governor, or do we follow our president? Do we do right for our people, or do we do right by the federal government? You know what I see here? bam, division, more division. Everything that you hear is division, division, division. They are dividing more and more people into different fractions. When people are divided, they are easier to control. When people are divided, they're weaker. Overall, I see this as a clusterfuck, to tell the truth. We have to wait and see what is behind the scene, what is working behind the scene. There is something going on in here that I can't put my finger on it. I'm going to continue to do more research on this matter. I'm going to continue to watch the news to see what's going on. But I do think there is a secret agenda working on the background. Why are they doing this? Why are they focusing on Texas? You have to understand Texas is a key state. For crying out loud, Texas has their own power grid. If Texas were to say, no more, I don't want to be part of this crazy nonsense anymore, they have a better chance than any other state to say, independent Texas of the U.S. Something like that. I don't know. Just, I'm telling y'all, there is something off. I don't know what it is yet, but we will continue to discuss this topic. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Like I was, rock on, prep on, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.